Thank you so much for joining me for another testimony. If you don't mind going ahead and introducing yourself, I would love for you to say your name, your age, and kind of how you found happy healthy.
My name is Lisa. I am 61 years old. I'm a mother of four, and I found Happy Healthy on the High Wire with Del Bigtree. When I heard him talking about it and about, introducing it on the program, it sounded okay. It's something I'd never heard of before. I am a nurse. I have never heard of metabolism healing before. So this piqued my interest. So it was something I really wanted to look into.
Yeah, that is totally relatable. I also came from the High Wire group, so you and I are in the same boat, like minds. And so next, I would love for you to describe your journey with Happy Healthy. So I would love for you to talk about your life before Happy Healthy, doing the H2 Thin program, and where you are now.
Okay, so when I was little, I was always a very skinny kid. My mom always told me that I was so skinny that when I stood up, she could see the outlines of my kneecaps through the skin. I was so skinny. And that changed the summer I turned 10 when I gained 20 pounds over the summer. And it continued to escalate. And as I got older, I got heavier and heavier. And when I was in high school, I was about 200 pounds. And I did cut back on sweets, stopping sweets and stuff, and cut and lost some weight. Still overweight, but more manageable. And then after starting to have kids and the weight piled on and trying different diets over the years, I'd lose weight, always gain it back, plus some. And then about 3 or so years ago, I found myself weighing 250 pounds. And I just didn't like myself. I was not happy with my life. I, at the time, I still had teenagers in the house. And my youngest liked to go out and do things. She loved amusement parks. So it's like I would take her to amusement parks, but was too heavy to go on the rides with her. And it's a little humiliating and embarrassing, and I feel bad for her because she's got the big mom. And I did find a program that I followed for a couple of years. Over that 2 years, I lost 80 pounds. And what I'm reminded of right now is something that Dr. Randy had said, was that all diets will work until they don't. Well, after being on this program for 2 years, this diet stopped working. And then I found myself over the next year gaining another 20 pounds. And I just figured, okay, I'm 60 years old. I'm not going to be able to lose this weight. And then when I saw Del Bigtree talking about H2 Thin on his show, and then I joined that challenge, and listening to Dr. Rob and Dr. Randy talk about how age does not have to be an influence to you being overweight, that piqued my interest. And when I was in the group, I stayed quiet, but I watched it. I did not, interact with it, but I did watch it. And I was very interested in the program. And when I heard the price of the program, it kind of put me off a little bit because it is expensive. But I eventually heard that small voice inside of my head saying, give it a try. So I did. And I'm at the end of round 2, and I have lost 34 pounds so far. I still have about 30 to 40 pounds left to go, but I'm still on my way to what I want to be, where I'm going to be healthier. And when you're healthier, you're happier. You get to live life to its fullest, more so than when you're weighing 250 pounds.
That is wonderful to hear, Lisa. I know that, your story can resonate with so many people out there. And I'm so happy that you found us and now you're finally able to share your experience. So, the next thing I want you to talk about are your biggest victories. These can be weight related and non weight related.
Okay, so the first victory that I found was at the end of round one. My first round was focused on thyroid, and I was due for my thyroid labs just as I was finishing round one. And when I got my lab results back, I found that my TSH had tanked. My doctor immediately took me off my thyroid meds. She had known that I was doing this program, and she told me she could almost guarantee that this program made it so I could get off my thyroid meds. Another thing that I've noticed actually more recently is my doctor had been treating me with quinine for muscle cramps. I had been having muscle cramps that were so bad that my foot would be deformed while I was having cramps. You could watch the cramping under the skin on my calves. It would twist my ankle, and I would have pain for days after an episode. And I was having some cramping every single day. So the quinine didn't get rid of it, but it controlled it better. After round one, I was able to cut back on my quinine. And right now, I don't have any leg cramps at all, and I am off my quinine. Biggest thing for me, it was more of an emotional thing, is I went shopping last week and was able to buy a smaller size of clothes. So I bought 2 outfits. That was a smaller size, which I was thrilled.
That is unbelievable. I love hearing stories of our, beloved clients finally getting the chance to go off their medication. And that is such a big step and, getting to that higher level of health. And that is just wonderful. And buying smaller clothes, that is such an emotional win. So congrats. And we all saw the pictures. You looked so cute. Um,
Thanks.
the last and final question that I want to ask you is, do you have any words of wisdom for those who are about to go through the H2 weight loss challenge?
So the weight loss challenge just basically teaches you the proper way to eat, what foods are good for you, which ones are bad for you, and how to eat healthy. The program, I know it's expensive, but I looked at it as an investment in my health. I've gotten off medications. It means I'm not spending money on medications. It's less trips to the doctor. You let your body heal on its own. You don't have to go to the doctor. You can just let your body do what it needs to do. If that doesn't help, then you can go to the doctor, but you don't have, I'm finding I'm not going to the doctor as much. Trust the program. It works. There are some glitches here and there, but the coaches will work through it with you, and the program works. You just got to trust it and follow it exactly.
Well, that is fantastic, Lisa. Thank you so much for your wonderful words of encouragement. And I really hope that we inspired at least one of you guys out there to, take the leap and join the program. So thank you so much, Lisa.
You're welcome.